Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning here at the Robinson Film Center. I'm Megan Avalone. I'm the Executive Director of the Film Center, and we're really excited to host our friends with the Prize Fest here today. I'd say more than friends. We're more like cousins in the North Louisiana creative industry. We've been partnering with Film Prize since day one, since the very beginning, partnering in many different ways, from hosting Prize Fest weekend, to working together in Film Prize Junior, and also just kind of being using the collaborative brain power and comparing notes and partnering together in whatever way possible. But I'm here to tell you that the creative industry and the film industry is alive and well, from pre-production, production, post-production, all the way to exhibition here in our theaters at the Robinson Film Center. And another thing that Prize Fest and Robinson Film Center are equally passionate about is film education, raising up the next generation of filmmakers in Louisiana, and nurturing them, empowering them, and equipping them. So we're especially excited to host you all here today. And to get things started, I would like to introduce Don Pearson, Louisiana Secretary for Economic Development.
Thank you, Megan, for that introduction, and again, thanks to everyone for coming out today. A great milestone for Northwest Louisiana, and people that know me know that I'm always glad to come home when I get to come to Northwest Louisiana. Spent a lot of years in this area in running Beaujert's program. My daughter was born there and later graduated from Louisiana Tech, so Megan knows her from those days, and again, it's a place that I come back to on all the holidays. So great to be here and great to be with this organization, and great to have the partnership that we have with Mayor Perkins, Shreveport, with the Robinson Film Center, with Gregory Kallenberg, and the great Prize organization that we're here to form a stronger public-private partnership with today. There was a great feature that we built into the improved film program, which provided for some funds set aside to do education and training. We've developed a robust industry since '02. We've had a lot of Academy Award and award nominations with great productions that have come from Louisiana over that time frame. We know we belong best in class globally. We know that there's 10,000 jobs now associated with this industry. And part of economic development is developing a diverse portfolio of jobs. We want plants, we want people to work in those plants. We want small businesses, we want a thriving and vibrant economy powered by small businesses. We want tech workers and code writers and all kinds of jobs, but certainly those creative jobs, jobs in media, digital media, film, all belong as part of that important portfolio. A lot of choices for young people here in Louisiana, and lots of opportunity for young people to come to Louisiana and start that career. And so those things that can sustain this beautiful pipeline that we've built that powers the film industry here in Louisiana today are critical. So thanks to the establishment of this new fund mechanism and a successful award to the Prize organization, largely built on their demonstrated performance and service to the community and what they've been able to develop and bring to the table. We're pleased to award that contract today for a little over $200,000. And that's going to be very, very significant in what it can continue to power this organization, further its development, and importantly, bring that teaching and training element to the table so that we can sustain this industry in the longer term. So for more details around that, Gregory, why don't you come up and further illuminate this great celebration that we're having today. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. 200,000, you would have thought I would have dressed nicer for it. But I will tell you that this is the original staff shirt from 10 years ago of Film Prize. So it is significant to me, and it is significant to have everyone here today for this auspicious occasion. Secretary Pearson, thank you so much for bestowing this upon us. Chris Stelly, thank you for all the work that you guys have done. Please know that for us, this money is sacred, and as with every other dollar we ever get, we are going to return that value in spades. I mean, we have worked very hard without this benefit, and now with this we can amplify all of the cool things that we do. Having you all here and having these wonderful cameras around us, I feel like there's an opportunity for me to talk just a bit about who we are and what we do. For anyone who knows me, you've heard this story, but when my wife Heidi and I moved here from Austin, Texas, we came up with an idea that was purely whimsical and probably a little crazy at the time. And it was purely to bring our snobby filmmaking friends to Shreveport, Louisiana to come visit us because they did not know where Shreveport was at the time. So the idea of the Film Prize is a deceptively simple idea. It's a short film competition where you have to shoot your production in Shreveport, Louisiana. So you have to shoot your production to qualify for our prize. The question my snobby filmmaking friends from Austin, Texas would ask me is, why the hell would I come to Shreveport to do anything? Well, the prize for the for the Louisiana Film Prize is $50,000 cash, which is the largest cash prize for a short film given in the world here in Shreveport, Louisiana. So this idea, which was a crazy one, really has blossomed into something that is incredibly special and has yielded things that I'm not sure we ever imagined that it would. Let me kind of just run you through what the Film Prize program has done. And by the way, I just want to let everybody know that when Secretary Pearson and Chris Stelly and that team is bestowing these dollars on the Prize Foundation is not a new organization. This is not sprinkling dollars on a new crazy endeavor and hoping that it grows. We are, as of this year, 10 years old. So Film Prize has been around for 10 years, and this is what that 10 years has yielded. Those 10 years has yielded over 900 film teams coming to Shreveport and now throughout the state of Louisiana, because now we're a state program. 900 film teams have come and made films for Film Prize. 6,000 cast and crew have participated in Film Prize films. That's the equivalent of 80 feature films. So roll that around in your head a little bit. Minute for minute, the content that's been created by independent filmmakers in Shreveport, Louisiana, and throughout the state has been the equivalent of 80 feature films. Also, I am incredibly excited, and what is near and dear to me and Heidi and Chris and Amy and everyone in our office's heart is when someone relocates to Shreveport because of Film Prize. And we've relocated people from Austin, Texas, from Wyoming, Arkansas, Atlanta, Georgia. In fact, we have one of those filmmakers here today, Colby Doller. Colby, could you stand up real quick? And these are the people who are building that creative economy in this town that Secretary Pearson is so enamored with and should be, because that's how places like my wife and I's former hometown of Austin, Texas, that's how they did it. Also, what should be, and I know is incredibly important to Secretary Pearson and also Mayor Perkins and anyone else who should be interested in this, the Film Prize has yielded $20 million in economic development. So $20 million in economic development, and you need to clap for that because it's pretty amazing. It is, we're just going to take formality out of this because this is something that the Film Prize has helped catalyze in this town and help grow an independent filmmaking community. For example, when you look at Colby or you look at Christine Chin from Austin, Texas, who moved here, they've also all made their own feature films. Right? Feature films that aren't even in this number right now. These are people who have moved to Shreveport. They're making films in Baton Rouge. They're making films in New Orleans. They're making films here in Shreveport. So this really is something that is an incredible number and incredibly exciting for us and for what we do. Just so you know, if you could kind of flip through those other pictures, the other thing that's really important to the Film Prize is really our diversity and inclusivity. One of the things that we've always been interested in, and one of the things that we've always been focused on, is really making sure that these filmmakers have an opportunity to make films in the state of Louisiana, especially on the independent side. So, for example, in 2019, we had over 40% female and minority filmmakers make films and also get into the top 20. That's an amazing number when you look at the Hollywood number. Yeah, please. Now we're getting there. This is what it should be, right? It should be a celebration. And what's interesting about that number is in Hollywood, that number is about 8%. So if you think about the fact that we're doing, the film prize is catalyzing over 40% female and minority filmmakers in our top 20. The idea that we are beating Hollywood by 32%, I say to Hollywood they should come to Shreveport, come to Louisiana, and start making their stuff more here with us. Also, of course, if you know us, we are all about the celebration. The film prize culminates in what I consider to be the best film festival on the planet. At Prize Fest, we are building that community, we're catalyzing those relationships, and we're creating even more connections so that they can create more work here in our city, our community, and our state. The other program that is being supported by this grant is Film Prize Junior. Film Prize Junior is incredibly near and dear to my heart because my son Tobias has been in it. And he's here today. Tobias, could you stand up? You can tell by his reticence he's more like his mom than me. But the idea of Film Prize Junior is it's a bit different than Film Prize, because what we're trying to do is really take these kids through a process, taking middle school and high school kids, teaching them to collaborate, to communicate, to create a plan, to execute on that plan, to actually at the end work on sales and marketing with that plan. In essence, we're teaching them to be creative entrepreneurs. We're teaching them the soft skills that they need in order for them to be successful as they go forth in their life. So it's more manual, it is more hands-on, it is something that is incredibly hard, but incredibly fulfilling. And actually, we have the two people that help run Film Prize Junior, Beth Berman, who's our South Louisiana liaison, and Stephen Knight is somewhere. Stephen's in the back. Stephen runs it from up here. And again, an incredible program that has yielded incredible things. And we have the statistics from 2019. The reason we have 2020 and 21. 2020 and 21 are important because it's the first year that we went statewide. So we were robustly statewide. It was the first year we had Beth down in South Louisiana beating the drum, which was awesome. Stephen finally had they can choose which one's Batman and which one's Robin, but they certainly were the dynamic duo. And as a result, the Film Prize Junior, which was done online, was the largest online film festival in the South. Chris Lyon won't let me say this. It was the largest online film festival in the world at the time. And there might be things that had surpassed it, but it was an incredible moment where these kids were able to show their films online, and really for us to watch them watch their films and be successful was incredibly inspiring. 68 films were completed, which is an amazing number. 37 schools across the state of Louisiana participated, 37 schools. But what's most important about that number of schools are the number of Title I schools. As I said, it has been part of our DNA from the very beginning to be diverse and inclusive. We've always been that way, right? So for us, when a kid, a teacher wants to make a film, there is nothing that stands in their way. We will take any barrier of entry out, and whether it's us as the Prize Foundation or our partners like the Robinson Film Center or any of the partners that, like the Cool Cooperative down in New Orleans, we will go and give them the resources, we'll give them the tutelage, and there was nothing that will get in the way of them making a film. What's important about this is that what we're doing through this skills-based workforce development is we are giving them that ability to find that success that will hopefully track them towards higher learning institution. And that higher learning institution could be everything from college to technical school. We don't really care. We just want them to embed that success, transform, and create something different for themselves and from their spirits, and watch them evolve and transform into something amazing. So I got to tell you, those two programs are what we're funding. We cannot wait to utilize these dollars. For the Prize Foundation, we live and breathe every day to transform and evolve the creative economy. We want to do this in our city, in our community, in our state. And I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. Thank you so much, Secretary Pearson, and thank you so much, State of Louisiana. We are going to make you very, very proud. Speaking of very, very proud, somebody who's been a supporter and a cheerleader of us from the very beginning, like when he was a law student. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage one of my favorite people on the planet, Mayor Adrian Perkins.
Gregory stole my thunder a little bit. I was going to talk about how early of a fan I was with the prize, but he covered it already. And I know him well enough at this point where I'm not surprised you're not in a suit and tie today, Gregory, at all. But no, really, me and Gregory not only connected from my love of the prize, but also because he's not only a leader, he's a visionary. He had a vision for what he wanted the film prize to be, and we're seeing that come to fruition year in and year out, and I'm so grateful for it. It means so much to our community, and we share that. We share that vision. I had a vision for the community. He had a vision for a film prize, and another thing we share is that people thought we were crazy, too, and what we wanted to do with our respective fields, but we're here and we're making our city move forward. So I'm very, very grateful to you, very, very grateful to the Film Prize Foundation for all the work that you all put in each and every day to make our city look phenomenal. I want to thank the Secretary for being here today as well. Phenomenal leader himself. I am a fierce advocate for our area, and I'm always looking at Baton Rouge with a skeptical eye to make sure that we get our fair share up here in North Louisiana. But I can assure you that the Secretary is as much of an advocate for our area as I am. I still welcome him home every time he's in town, and he really shows that in the work that he does for us day in and day out. I really can't touch on many points that haven't been touched on, but through innovative learning skills, Film Prize Junior will be able to teach our young people those critical skills that will set them up for a career in entertainment and even things outside of entertainment, and that means a great deal to me. That's really preparing our city for the future, so very, very grateful, and I cannot wait to see what these resources is going to do in our community. So thank you all so much. You deserve this today. You deserve to be acknowledged. You deserve to be rewarded, and I'm grateful to be here on behalf of the City of Shreveport to congratulate you. At this time, though, I will be introducing my Economic Development Director, who I think had the fastest start in economic development in Shreveport history, bringing in Amazon just days after his arrival to the mayor's office, Mr. Drew Mouton.
I appreciate that, Mayor Perkins, and I want to say that I have a special feeling in my heart. This feels like a personal win for me because not like the Amazon deal, but really from almost the very moment I moved to Shreveport, Gregory opened up the door, lifted up the tent flap, and brought me into the Prize family as sort of part of the family. They do that. They accept any like-minded person, bring them in open arms. So I've been able to watch them in action really from the day that I showed up here and participate with them as they continue to move the needle for our community. I want to say they do things the right way. Heads down, quiet, humble, working in anonymity and obscurity, except of course when they turn Texas Street into the equivalent of Bourbon Street on Mardi Gras Day, or if you come into one of the tentacles of their presence machine, or whenever you run into one of the Prize Army, which for me feels like it's not even every day, it's like 3 or 4 times a day. They're really kind of incredible. So yeah, that humble anonymity part was kind of nonsense. But I feel like today is July 14th. It's Bastille Day. That seems like a better metaphor for the way Prize works. They rally the troops. They attack any challenge that's put in front of them, and they're definitely a part of everything that's great about Shreveport. So I also want to say I'm especially proud, putting my economic development hat back on, that this marks not just a one-off win, but I'm happy to say in the last couple months that I've been in this job, we've had a lot of conversations with Prize. And I will just sort of plant a seed that this will be the first, I think, of a number of different things that we'll be doing in collaboration with the Prize Foundation over the next year or two. So with my virtual prize shot glass in hand, I offer cheers to you and say we're looking forward to the future. Congratulations to you. It is now my pleasure to welcome Trey Berman from my former South Louisiana hometown with the Louisiana Film Entertainment Education Association. Please correct me for that.
Yeah, right. I'm glad you added education to our title.
Well, I wanted to do that.
No, it's all good. Good morning, everyone. My name's Trey Brevant. I am president of the Louisiana Film and Entertainment Association and Education. We'll put that as a little sidebar. But we exist for the last 10 years to make sure that the film industry stays healthy and strong in the state of Louisiana. We've been on the front lines and we work behind the scenes, both with Secretary Pearson, Cristelli, LED, the governor's office, and all of the stakeholders within the state to ensure that we can continue to provide and support the film industry in the state of Louisiana. And not just New Orleans, right? I mean, New Orleans, we tend to get the lion's share of production, but one of our critical missions since I've been president has been to ensure that this is a statewide, that parts of the state will realize the economic benefit of having film production in your communities and experience what it's like to see the impacts of small businesses and healthcare and the dog walker and real estate and everything in between that our industry touches. I got a phone call in November of last year from Gregory, and LFEA has also worked in the past to try to do its own film festival. We've been talking about it for years, but we've been so busy, making sure that our program is safe that we've never gotten to that part of our mission. Hence what you just, intuitively alluded to. And so finally, actually during the pandemic, we were able to get up our first film high school festival. And we did it through the pandemic. We got it done in collaboration with WYES. And then about 2 months later, Gregory called me and was like, "Hey, I heard about you," and he started talking to us about the Film Prize Junior. And we're like, "Oh, we did what?" And so as we got to talk, we realized that it was an amazing opportunity for LFEA to partner with Gregory and Film Prize to bring North and South together in terms of trying to educate and expand our reach to reach the youth and the young filmmakers and the storytellers to help bolster and create more of a place to foster the creative economy. And we were very happy to be on board with Gregory and support all of their efforts and everybody in their team to help work through the process of the fund that Secretary Pearson and Chris managed to bring this award to Shreveport. It is our mission to make sure that we keep film in this state. It is an amazing opportunity for our Louisiana residents to find a home, whether you're a skilled or unskilled worker, to find a place where you can make above the median average of wages, right, to get health care and all the different types of benefits that come with it. It's also a great opportunity for us, as Secretary Pearson said, to continue to diversify and make Louisiana a place that people want to move to and not leave. And this industry has reversed that brain drain. And I don't think people really pay much attention to it. I am a product of it. I was in Boston with my wife. We were going to move to Los Angeles. And next thing you know, we're buying a house in New Orleans because of the film industry. I had no intentions of coming back to this state. But I'm here now for almost over 15 years now, and I have no intention of leaving. Lastly, I'd like to say one of the benefits of the Film Prize Foundation is that you actually have an alumni coming back here in about a month who's going to bring a feature film from Blinding Edge Productions. And I know that Greg is in touch with the producers, and he is an alumni of Film Prize. And now he's coming back to Shreveport with the film, and that's the first step of bringing Hollywood back to Shreveport. So thank you very much. We're very happy to be part of this, and we look forward to working with everybody in the future to continue to educating our young people. Thank you.
Okay, so I just want to know that we're getting close to the end, but we have a very, very special surprise for you, Secretary Pearson, and you, Stelly and Trey. Beth, I don't think you know what's coming, which is good. I guess it could be good, maybe not. But we put something together that really does embody what the Film Prize is. I mean, we can talk about it all day long, and we can talk about that impact, but it's incredibly important to hear it from the mouths of the people that it impacts. So sit back, relax, and Chris, please roll film.
What doesn't draw you to the Film Prize? It's the coolest community of filmmakers out there. I want to be a part of that.
We had a story to tell.
There's no way we couldn't submit into the LA Film Prize.
I've always been a huge fan of the Louisiana Film Prize. My very first time, I went to the theaters and saw the films and was just so inspired.
I was instantly impressed by the community and enthusiasm that went with it, and vowed to return one year with my own film.
It was really the spark we needed to get it done. And, nothing could stand in our way, not even a global pandemic.
There's just something about the spirit of this festival that is more than just an average film festival.
I saw the excitement and the joy and the creativity and the talent that comes to the festival.
I knew that when I was going to make a short film, I wanted it to be part of the Louisiana Film Prize.
One of the things I really like about Film Prize is that they make an effort to build community.
And I just realized what an incredible event it was and how awesome it is to be inspired by other talented filmmakers.
It helped me grow as a filmmaker. It was fantastic networking. It was a positive cultural community event. It was fantastic. When we're in a difficult time, it can help to see things from somebody else's perspective.
I definitely changed as a person after a Film Prize. And then watching other people do that, I gain a new respect for it.
It teaches a lot of teamwork.
It just made everything seem worth it.
In the end, it's the support of each other and each other's work that really propels us forward. Being involved with Film Prize has really been a one-of-a-kind experience.
Viva la Film Prize!
Viva la Film Prize!
Viva la Film Prize!
Viva la Prize!
Viva la Film 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 Prize, baby! Viva la Film Prize!
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 Viva la Prize!
Viva la Film Prize, baby!
Baby, come on, give it to me. Pocket aces.
It's really hard to do that without tequila.
Well, I'd like to really just quickly bring up you can give that a hand. That was really beautiful. If you're part of the Prize Foundation, please come to the front real quick. We're going to do, and I just want to introduce them just very quickly. That's Chris Lyon with Film Prize, Melissa Brandon with Food Prize. Why don't you guys kind of head to the front because there are a lot of us. And then Beth Brevant from South Louisiana, the Film Prize Junior Liaison. Stephen Knight from Film Prize Junior. Tanya, who is a jack of all trades and wonderful. Katie, who does Fashion Prize. Tom Johnson, who does Film Prize Junior, who's an educator in residence. And Amy O'Callahan, who is our den mother for the Prize Foundation. Give them a big hand, please. Can we give it a Viva la Film Prize to kind of send us off? Again, thank you so much, Secretary Pearson, Chris Stelly, Mayor Perkins, Drew, Trey. You guys are amazing. We're gonna do it on 3. Ready? You guys, cameras ready back there? It's all about being humble, apparently, according to Drew. Ready? We're gonna do it on 3. Ready? Okay, here we go. Get your cameras ready because we're doing it on 3. This is the Prize Foundation because we love you. We're going to give a Viva la Film Prize on 3. 1, 2, 3. Viva la Film Prize! Thank you guys so much. We're going to be sticking around if anybody wants to talk to anybody. And again, thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing for us, Chris and Don and Mayor Perkins.